This resource will provide tips for having excellent job interviews. We consider an overview of the interview process. We look at tips to prepare yourself before arriving at the interview. We discuss methods to ensure you present yourself properly. We consider the questions you will likely be asked, as well as questions you may want to ask. We provide suggestions for closing the interview effectively, and then reinforce certain important points of the interview. You have finally done it. After filling out countless applications and sending far too many resumes, you actually got a call for an interview. It is with a company you really want to work for. You are under a lot of pressure because you know that this interview is an important part of the hiring process. This will be the first time that anyone in the company meets you. You want to give a good first impression. How can you prepare yourself? How can you present yourself in such a way that the company wants, no, has to hire you? Let's try to make some sense out of the interview process. Your work for the interview starts long before you arrive at the Human Resources office for your face-to-face meeting. Much like writing an effective paper, you need to do significant amounts of research. You should research interviews. This resource provides a good introduction, but you should get more information. There are numerous websites and other resources that can also help prepare for interviews. You also need to research the company with whom you are interviewing. What is their history? What sort of projects do they have coming up? Is their business projected to grow significantly? How large is their workforce? Much of this information is a quick online search away. You also want to research the industry the company is part of. Again, is it a growth industry? You will likely be able to find the average pay scales and the normal benefits packages offered. While you need to do your research on the company and its industry, be fully aware they are likely researching you as well. They will check your Facebook and Twitter account. Make sure you do not have any embarrassing photographs or other posts on your webpage. They will also contact the references you listed, so make sure you only list people who will speak positively of you. After doing all this research, what should you do to ensure you present yourself well? Part of the interview is to look the part. While the interviewer wants to learn about your qualifications and how well you handle questions and think on your feet, they also want to see how you present yourself. You need to project a professional image. Avoid having non-traditional hair colors or styles. If you have untraditional piercings, you want to either remove them or have something that minimizes their impact. You should be well groomed. Your hair should be neat. For the gentleman, shave. If you have facial hair, have it be well trimmed, not scraggly. Ladies, makeup should be demure and not overpowering. Bathe. Do not have overpowering fragrances, either perfume or cologne. Be well dressed. For the gents, a nice suit with a basic tie and dress shoes. Ladies, business dress. You should not have sleeveless tops or carry loud or colorful bags. Neither gender should wear jeans, open-toed shoes, or t-shirts. You want the focus to be on you as a professional, not on any poor fashion choices you may make. You also want to be well prepared for your interview. Do your due diligence researching the company. Make sure you have extra copies of your resume and portfolio, if you have one. Prepare for the question and answer portion of the interview. Determine what questions you may want answered, but especially have answers prepared for their questions. After introductions, most interviews start with the interviewer asking you to provide a brief history of yourself. Allow me to stress, brief. Keep your answer concise and to the point. You want to provide important, relevant information. Stress the positives, and always try to tie your past into the job for which you are interviewing. Another traditional question goes along the lines of, tell me about a time you overcame a challenge. This is a loaded question. It shows what you consider your work weaknesses to be and how you maneuver around them. If you show that you can turn that weakness into a strength, so much the better. The interviewer may also ask you what you consider your greatest strength. While this will clearly be something you are proud of and can talk about at length, make sure you frame your answer to match the job requirements. Another common question category is, why are you job seeking? Depending on your situation, this is another treacherous question. Avoid saying, I got fired. Find ways to turn your job hunting to a positive mindset. Perhaps instead of, I got fired, you could say that you realized that your last job was not a good fit, and your employer and you mutually decided that you would benefit from seeking a position that matched your skill set. Your answers should always be framed positively. You never want to talk poorly about a past employer. Even if your last boss was a jerk and you were treated unfairly, do not say so. This is a small world, and people talk. The questions we discussed are ones that I have answered most frequently on job interviews. A quick online search will provide a more comprehensive question list. If you know the types of questions you will be asked, you can prepare answers and be more comfortable fielding those questions. The last question the interviewer asks is usually, do you have any questions for us? You do not want to say no. Saying no indicates that you are not that interested in the position, and that you do not consider getting hired that high of a priority. Luckily, there are some questions that normally make sense to ask. You may want to ask about the company culture. What does a normal day at the office look like? Are people working alone in their offices, or is there collaboration? Is there a good sense of camaraderie? You may also want to inquire about opportunities for growth. You need to be careful how you phrase these questions. You want to ask about future trainings and professional development, rather than asking about the ability to transfer jobs in the company. Again, you want to appear interested in the position for which you are interviewing, and only that position. An excellent topic to ask about is the next step in the interviewing and hiring process. Is there another round of interviews? Do they need extra references? How soon should you hear from them? There are also topics you want to avoid asking about. Do not show ignorance. This means don't ask any questions that a quick online search can easily answer. You also want to avoid asking about the pay or benefits. This is an appropriate question to ask after a second interview or an official job offer, but not for an introductory interview. The interview is coming to a close. You have answered all their questions to the best of your ability. You have asked thoughtful questions that show you are interested in the company and are ready to learn and grow with them. How do you effectively end your interview so that you make a good, lasting impression on your interviewers? Thank them for their time. They took a good hour or more of company time to meet you and determine if you are a fit for their organization. You may want to send a thank you note or a thank you email after you leave the interview. Simply thanking them shows that you have good people skills and are aware of the importance of time to a company. You want to ensure that they have your current contact information. Lastly, express your desire to work at the company. This will clear up any uncertainty about your intentions. Try not to appear too desperate, but make sure they know that you want the job and that you feel you are the best possible candidate. An interview is your chance to sell yourself to a potential employer. You want to be confident and relaxed. You know that your skills and abilities make you the best possible candidate for the position. Make sure you project this and ensure that your interviewer learns it as well. Do your research, both on the company and the interview process itself. Know the company's history and methods. Know what they do and what projects they will do. Also, research the interview process. Anticipate the questions you will be asked, and know how you will answer them. Remember to frame all your answers to the job and how you will help the company move forward and grow. You also want to prepare a few questions to ask at the end of the interview, primarily focusing on the next step in the hiring process. Make sure you close your interview strong. Thank them for their time, and reinforce your desire to work there. Interviews are stressful, but being well prepared and confident will help you land that perfect job.